Hey everyone, VetTech81 here. So, just a little update on the 86 Yamaha YFM225. Part of my project I'm doing is to clean up these plastics. Now they're probably the original plastics, and they're well over 30 years old now. They're not really broken up, but they are very oxidized, full of mildew. Weren't quite this bad when I got it a few years back, but it sat for a few years in the backyard and through winters and stuff, and just started looking worse. So this is kind of what they looked like, basically. I started just trying to see what I can do with them, and I took a little scraper and I was kind of scraping away at it, and you can kind of see the color coming back, and the part underneath the seat, still has a nice blue to it. So I started doing that on this side, stripping this off, this oxidation, and I went ahead and I just took a wire wheel on my drill and was kind of going over it. Maybe not the best idea. Again, this is a trial and error thing for me. I looked at a little bit of information on other people's experiences with trying to restore their plastics and trying to find the easiest method to really get through this and make it look decent. I don't need to have them look perfect because this quad's not really a showpiece type quad. It's just an old quad, and I just wanted to look a little better than it did. Anyhow, running over it with the wire wheel left some deep gouges there. This part that's kind of chalky, you can kind of see over here. I ran that over with the wire wheel, but the next thing I did was I'd seen someone took a torch and to get rid of some oxidation on their quad. And their plastics were much newer than these, much newer model four-wheeler, and just basically going over it with the torch really helped theirs pretty fast. So anyhow, I went over it lightly with the torch, and I could see now that some of the swirlies in here are pretty deep into the plastic, relatively speaking. Not a big deal. I just wanted to see what I can do with it. But I think my next step here is going to be to go ahead and continue with the wire wheel, just to make less work of getting all this crud off of here. And then doing the same thing with little bug burnishing it, if you want to call it that, with the torch. Kind of melts the real fine fibers of the plastic, kind of smooths it out. Like if you run your hand over this, it's real rough. Over here it's kind of smooth, but you still feel all the lines from like the swirlies in it. So my thought was to do that next and do the whole thing that way. Since I already did this side, I want it to all kind of be even. The next step I think I was going to do is probably try a like a medium sandpaper, something that's definitely lighter than using a wire wheel on it, to kind of knock some of these big swirlies down, and then go over it again with the torch to see how it comes out. And then my final thought was, I've heard people talking about using some lacquer thinner, I believe, and boiled linseed oil to kind of treat the plastics. I don't know if that really how well it would work in my case. It seemed like it worked for them, but we'll give that a try, and I'll update you guys on the progress on this next time. So stay tuned.